How's it going, everybody? Reactability has been a blessing and a curse for Honor since the very beginning. The blessing is that the game has good enough animations to attract a completely different sort of player base than what other fighting games allow. As much as people like to tout the dead game trope, the player numbers and also the retention dwarf those of other games in that genre. Well, it depends on what genre you want to put For Honor in, I guess. On the other hand, this also puts limitations on the speed of those moves, since having slow offense makes for shit gameplay, and balancing the game around that small edge of reactability clearly has its downsides. We're not going to solve this issue here in this video, but what we can look at are the actual limits of what people can react to. Now this depends on many different factors, the two big ones being platform and genetics. Your setup in terms of what platform you play on and what peripherals you use, i.e. a TV or a monitor, your connection quality, and so on. And then your genetic limits when it comes to reactions. Here it's your age and lifestyle. How good is your sleeping schedule? Are you on a healthy diet? Are you working out? I've made a video a few years back outlining what else you can do to improve your reaction times. You can check that one out after this video, but don't be under any illusion that there is some sort of shortcut for it. And the other thing you can check out is today's sponsor. Viking Jewelry was kind enough to partner up with us again. High quality Norse armbands, bracelets, earrings, and so much more. I know you guys are familiar with them by now. They are currently running their winter sale, which means 20% off on the whole shop. And there's also Valentine's Day coming up, and you better get something early instead of wait until the last minute. Viking Jewelry makes it easy for you with a section directed at women. As you know, I also always have a discount code for you. This one is valid for the next 48 hours and you do get 25% off on the whole store. The code is 25freeze and you can use it at the checkout. Or you click the link down in the description and it automatically applies it for you. Give them a look. There's lots to find, they very frequently add new stuff as well, so I'm sure you'll find something for yourself and your significant other. Links are down below. So back to the topic at hand. The way we're doing this is with the help of a couple of guests. I've invited a few of the known top reaction players on different platforms. The only thing left to do before they get to talk is to find reacting, especially in terms of mix-ups that can have a plethora of different options. There is a distinct difference between single stimulus and choice reactions. In one, you simply react to a single stimulus, just as the name implies. You see a specific thing, then you press that button. Choice reaction is if you have more than one possible stimuli, which results in your reactions being quite a bit slower. What a lot of people do is make a read for the many choices and already pre-eliminate some of them. And then they wait for a single outcome and then react to that. An example that everyone can react to is any charged bash really. If a warden does a full charged bash and you already said to yourself, oh, it won't be a level 1 or 2, it won't be a feint to guard break, it won't be a feint to light, no, it'll be a full charged bash. And now you dodge it on the reaction. This sort of reacting is different than reacting to all whatever mix-up entails. If you can react to all the different outcomes, then you are fully reacting. If you are eliminating some beforehand, then you are incorporating reads and are not fully reacting to it. So this makes some mix-ups stronger than others because more options need to be considered. And now we just need to find out what is considered reactable on each respective platform, because there is no use trying and we already know it's not possible. For this, we are starting with consoles, both old and new gen. There are hundreds of possible setups, so please keep in mind that we assume better conditions than a 15-year-old plasma TV in the basement connected via Wi-Fi, just as a further disclaimer. Immortalem is the chosen player for this. I don't think anyone's going to dispute that he's one of the best console players out there. Member of the Xbox team Smooth Brains that has won countless tournaments, and he's also recently won a cross-platform Brawls tournament. Well, just a few of his credentials. But yeah, here's our conversation. To keep it short and concise, we went through a list of moves that might or might not be considered reactable. We're just going to go through the list then. Alright. First move, 600 ms lights.
Reactable.
Both? New gen and old gen?
Yeah.
Alright, 500 MS then.
Easily reactable on new gen. I would say inconsistent on old gen.
Okay. 400 MS.
Not reactable on either.
Okay. So first difference. Alright, 300 to 500 bashes, or Legion kicks basically.
They're on old gen it's not reactable at all. On new gen, it's like inconsistent for a couple of people that have like really good reacts.
Okay. Then the 100 to 500, so BP bash, conk bash, and all that.
No.
Not at all. Okay.
Nope.
In chain 500 MS bashes.
No. None of them except like pirate on new gen.
Okay. Faintable bashes.
No.
No, yeah, I didn't expect it. Now we have the soft feints like stun and tap, PK's Dagger Cancel, and all that.
There's only one person that can like semi-react to stun tap, and it's Bing, as I was mentioning to you earlier, one day. Yeah.
Okay, so
He can like semi-do it on new gen. Besides that, it's not really doable.
Yeah. Okay, and then as last thing we have the mythical parry flash. Can anybody react to it?
Parry flash. No.
No,
Go
not
purely
flash.
off animation.
Yeah. But animation, okay, that would have been my next question. Can you do it on animation?
Yeah, you can do an animation.
Probably depends on the move then.
Yeah, it depends on the move.
Alright. Any other thing you want to mention? In terms of what do you think will be hard to react to for people? Or any other type of move that I forgot, basically.
Storm Rush.
Oh, okay,
Storm Rush
366. Okay.
Yeah. Storm Rush is not reactable on old gen, but it's like kinda hard on new, but like if you practice it you'll get it every time.
That's interesting. Because that shows how much animation actually plays a role here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't expect that. That's cool. Okay. Good. And then we have our guests for PC. That's Normie and Bean. Normie's playing on Minimeisters, the current dominating team in this game. Bean used to be a pure onesie player, but has recently branched out and is playing Dominion as well. So here is what they have to say. But yeah, we're just going to go through that list now. What's reactable, what's not. This is just PC. Yes. So we're going to make it easy first. 500 MS lights. Is that reactable?
Yes, very.
For everybody?
For everybody,
yes,
pretty much.
For everybody.
Alright. That was easy. Okay, 400 MS lights then.
Not really.
Depending on which ones.
Okay.
400 in MS indicator, you mean?
I mean, like chain tap, things like that's much more difficult than, say, Berserker lights or Nusha lights.
Not really, I think is the verdict.
Yeah, not really.
Maybe you'll do it once out of 10 times, but not really.
Let's go for the Legion bashes, the 300 to 500.
Yes, very
more
very
reactable than
reactable.
500 MS lights.
Yes.
More reactable than 500? Oh, interesting.
Although you will need to practice before you can do it.
I mean, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fair point, actually, because blocking stuff is what you do from the beginning.
Yeah, it's kind of native, but dodging bash isn't really a thing you go for right off the bat.
Yeah. Would you give the hardest to react from the 300, 500 one? Is that a clear winner?
Maybe I'll go through them. Lawbringer's an easier one. Griffin's an easier one. Centurion's an easier one.
I feel like it's super person dependent because I know people who can react. Like, for example, I had a phase where I could react to like some of the really hard bashes, but I couldn't react to some of the easier bashes. So it's really just what you have practice against.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can see that when a new hero comes into meta and he has one of these, and all of a sudden people eat the bash, but check back 2 weeks later and all of a sudden it's easy. Yeah.
Some characters have a much bigger animation than others. Like Orochi has an insanely big animation, and then characters like Zanhu maybe not as much.
All right. Then 100 to 500. Basically, Warlord, BP, all those.
Yes, reactable,
Yes,
but
very.
you gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I'd say for reactable for the, I don't know, 40%, top 40% of players.
Yeah.
I
If
think
they
you
try
are
it.
massively
Yeah, no, I think
exaggerating here.
yeah, no, I'm exaggerating. Maybe like 25. A
Really?
lot more people can do it if they tried. Trust me.
Better
Really?
hardware, better
I got
reactions.
I got Kyle to react to bashes, and Kyle's like 40.
Fair enough.
All right. In-chain 500 MS bashes.
Yes.
Yes, reactable needs a lot of practice.
Yes.
Since it's in chain, it's technically harder, but it's also easier because there's no other timing for the bash. So if it's orange, you know it's coming, you can dodge.
Feintable bashes.
Not really.
Depends on the hero.
I think it's, like I said, one of those where it's, if you practice 16 hours a day in a vacuum, then sure, maybe, but not really. Nobody can do it consistently in a real scenario.
Itakiri is the only one you could do if they don't flicker the bash.
Yeah, it's like none of them is actually doable. It's all, oh, if this and that, so
Yeah.
not really.
Okay. And the soft feint moves like stun and tap, dagger cancel, and all that.
Uh,
The
top-
move
top percent.
top 1% or top. No, I mean it's still top 1% for the rest. Depends how you want to react to it, but top 1%.
Yeah. Top 1% or shit tons of practice.
Can anyone do it consistently?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, obviously not a lot of practice, but Blitz, probably, I don't know if you were playing back then, but like they were like I said, top 1% could do it consistently. In the 1v1 I had against Blitz on Barak's channel, we both blocked, or at least me, I don't know, I don't remember, but I blocked above 65% of them. But it's not like you can barely react to it, and I wasn't using a conventional react method with blocking on the indicator. I was skipping my guard top and reacting to flash on the side heavies, which is a
Yes.
different thing, and so not really.
If it's an unblockable and 400 MS light, like Raider's unblockable to tap, it's basically unreactable if you're trying to parry both. But if it's a heavy to storming tap, you can kind of block sides and parry tap. Or if you're on, I find it easier to deflect tap, if that makes sense.
It's super, super hard, top 1%, like,
Yes.
and not consistent.
Not really consistent though.
Okay. Then you mentioned it already, Normie. The flash reaction.
Yes.
Flash. So how easy is flash to react to?
Is it even possible? Because I think people delude themselves
Okay,
when it comes to that.
it's obviously a mixture of a lot of things, but I won't say react to flash. I'll say react to the attack being let go or not, which is doable. Again, it's a top 1% thing. But obviously it's animation and flash remote from combat, yada yada. But yes, doable 1%.
Yes.
And
character
consistently also.
dependent.
It's easier than reacting to something like stunning her.
Yeah. It's also character dependent. Characters like JJ or I don't know.
No, it's not, because I can react to JJ 100% of the time, but I can't react to some other things. So it's again practice.
Basically, what you're saying
guess-
is animation plays a huge role. It's not the
Yes.
flash.
Yeah, it's
It's not
oh,
flash. It's not.
you're on about.
flash.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, if it's flash only, it doesn't matter. It's just not really consistent. But animation, yeah.
Okay. Any other type of move? That's my list, basically.
It's like the same moves but different. It's like reacting in general is more dependent on what's going on around you than the actual attack. That's why you'll have crazy 1v1 players who can react everything and then get demolished in 4v4. It's really about what's going on around you. Because in a vacuum you can do a lot of things, but in an actual scenario you can do very little.
400 MS bashes are not reactable at all around the board.
Oh yeah, true. But I don't think there's anything else.
Alright. Good. Perfect. That's it. Thank you.
Epic.
Pretty good.
Alright then, we have one more thing, some audience participation, so to speak. To get a better idea about what the player base can react to, I want you to do the following. Go into training with a Reflex Guard hero against a Reflex Guard hero. Then set the bot to throw lights at you. Now block 5 lights in a row and see how many tries it took you to get those 5 consecutive blocks. I'll put a link to a survey down in the description. Spaniard has hopefully made one by now. I hope this helps to get a better picture, and it won't be too shocking. Depending on what MMR we sit in, our views might be skewed and we're blind to how the other half lives, I guess. So yeah, I'd be grateful if you guys participated. It really shouldn't take too long. With that said, don't forget the sponsor neither. Lots of links in the description that you can click on. I hope the video was interesting. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody.